And here we go on another gig log. We're going back to Mequon tonight. We were in Mequon last week for our Saturday wedding. Back to Mequon, different country club though. Lots of country clubs in Mequon, lots of money in Mequon. It's kind of north of Milwaukee, and you get a lot of the North Shore people up there, which is kind of our well-to-do area. And then you get a lot of the kind of country north people who have a lot of money too. Anyway, it's a wedding. They're getting married at 6 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock right now, and music starts at 6:30. I'm probably about, 20 minutes, a half hour away, so it should give me plenty of time to set up. We were at this country club last year, and yeah, you might recognize it once you see it. We'll see you there. Okay, I'm here, and I'm here on time. However, it looks like they want to do valet parking there, which is nice, but that's where I load in. Okay, they just started the ceremony, which means the valet is now empty. But I had to load in like kind of down here at the end and go up the hill. And away we go. The crowd looks to me to be probably conservatively 70 plus as far as age range goes. We've been here before. I don't know, they probably get 150 to 200 in this little narrow hall. Out here is actually where they got married. I want to try something different tonight. As you know, we've switched to the Pioneer rig for now. Let's see how that works. And we have the DJ Skirts topper up here. Here is the Revo 3. I'm going to try to keep it behind the skirt tonight, behind the topper rather. You can still see it on the ceiling real nice, but you won't see the light at all. It's kind of getting me thinking about a few ideas of how to do stealth light shows. I think it'd be a really cool concept. So yeah, it is, believe it or not, 10 to 10. Dinner's just wrapping up. They're clearing tables. They might be cleared by now, but yeah, we're just kind of waiting for the bride and groom to be ready to go, and we'll do this thing. Okay, just so you know, I went ahead and I did a mixer, and I got most everybody out here on the dance floor, and the groom's not happy about it. So I filled his dance floor and he's unhappy, but what are you gonna do? So here I am, 2 full days later. I'm finally calmed down enough to talk about this gig. And you can comment on it all you want. You can discuss it all you want. Right down here, I welcome it. But let me tell you why this gig pissed me off. And again, I'm not upset anymore, but I'm looking back at the gig log and thinking to myself, wow, that's a dirty shame. This had the potential to be a lot of fun. And what's been happening a lot, to me anyway, especially with agency work, because I'm not really talking to the client until, you get closer to the date that I'm getting some instructions. It's this big trend all of a sudden, and it's like they're too hip for mobile DJs, but they want to DJ. And they're saying, okay, don't play the chicken dance, don't play the, the cha-cha slide, don't play the electric slide, don't play any group active songs that people might enjoy. And wow, what are you going to do? So what you've got to do is take this custom playlist that they've created and somehow create this evening, this great evening with it. Now, folks, I do my best with these, and I get a lot of them. I would say at least half, probably more than half of the gigs that I get clients like this who they don't want this and this and this, but they want all this custom stuff. And they want it, to be great and cool, and because they've got this vision. And it's not a realistic vision. It would be a bit like if you hired me to build your house. And I started building your house, and then you walked up on the job site and said, you know what, Bri? I would rather you not use any wood. And I don't want to use any nails either. I'm not real fond of brick and mortar and concrete or steel. Could you build it out of meatloaf? Could you do that? Could you build me a meatloaf house? And you said, wow. I can't build a house out of meatloaf, but you're paying me, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you that I don't think this meatloaf house is going to stand up, but hey, if you're paying, I'll build it. So you do your best to build someone's house out of meatloaf. And of course, by the time you get the foundation laid, it's already rotting and stinking, it's stinking, rotting meat. It's no good, it's not going to work. You can't build a house out of meatloaf or pizza or I don't know, silly string. You just can't do it. There are certain tools that you need to build a house. There are certain tools that you need to build a skyscraper. They're not the same tools as a house, but you do need certain tools to build certain structures. Just like you need certain tools to motivate certain crowds, certain music, certain activities to motivate certain crowds. And if your client has boycotted this, or like in my case, they didn't really say I couldn't do it, but they were gone, they were doing pictures, and the crowd was just staring at me. They're just all looking at me like waiting for something to happen. I pulled this activity. They were so eager to get up and do something. They were happy to do it. And then I got them going, and you can see they're laughing and smiling and dancing, and they're having a great time. But two people, the bride and the groom, didn't like it. So I had to end it. And the evening pretty much ended there too. There was nothing left to do. I couldn't salvage it. I started going off the playlist, and no one was dancing, so I didn't film anymore. So I learned from this gig. Now again, it's an agency gig, so I don't talk to the client until close to the date. If it were my gig, I could sit down with the client and say, hey look, I appreciate what you're looking for. I want to put your personality into this gig 100%. However, there are certain things that we probably should do if the ultimate goal is to have people dancing and enjoying themselves. But you can't do that with the a la carte or the Burger King drive-through agency gigs. Sometimes you pull up the one window. Yes, I'd like a wedding to go, please, with no pickles or onions. And you pull the next window and you pay for it. Then the next window you get your hamburger made to order, and you get it at a cheap price. Costs more to sit down at a restaurant, but you're usually gonna get a little better quality. Stupid analogy. But another reason this upset me was I had people in the audience that I was talking to because, since I started working at the club, I've been working rooms. During dinner, instead of standing behind the booth and, playing some light jazz, I put the light jazz on Mixmeister. And a lot of people rip on me for using Mixmeister. Oh, it's lazy. You should be using CDJs or turntables. Well, you know what? It gives me time to do other crap. So I put the tunes on, line them up and knock them down. And while those are playing, I'm working the room. I'm going from table to table to table, introducing myself to these people, letting them know, my name is Brian. I'm your DJ. If there's anything I can play for you, let me know. What kind of music do you like? And getting a dialogue with these people. I did that at this gig. And there was like a guy who was the head of the Jewish Community Center here in Milwaukee, which is money. And they're looking for bar mitzvah people local because they keep pulling in from Chicago. And he wanted my card, and he wanted to see my performance and all this stuff. And you know what? It was an ass-awful performance, but it wasn't my fault. Someone took my hammer, nails, wood, steel, and mortar from me. I could not build my house. I was not allowed to build my house. So that sucked. Yeah, but whatever. You get paid at the end of the night, right? But sometimes there's more at stake than just that paycheck. There's another gig out there somewhere in the crowd. I'm going to wrap this up because I'm sure I'm running long, but any comments you have on this, you guys can leave your suggestions if you want. I understand a lot of you like to do that, and let's share some ideas right down here in the comments section. Practice and enjoy.